No intro, no nothing. I didn't even want to set up my studio and, do it all formally. I just want to come on here. We all just got done watching Royal Rumble, and I honestly am trying to find words to say in how I thought the show went. Like, just give me a minute. I'm not editing at this. You're just gonna be getting all of my real reactions to stuff. Um, let's just start off talking about the women's Royal Rumble match. Now, honestly, if I had to pick between which one I liked more, the men's Royal Rumble match or the women's, I'm gonna say the women's. I've seen on different wrestling websites where they're saying that like they how they do like ratings, like Bleachers Report and stuff like that, they do their ratings, and they actually said that the men's Royal Rumble through their ranking was better than the women's. And yes, I'm a woman, but I actually like the women's Royal Rumble better. I'll tell you why. So to me, without me getting into the men's, because we're going to talk about that, I just feel like there was just so much more going on. There's so many stories within the match. There's just so many interactions and storylines. And now after the match, there's so many ways that they can go within the women's division on both Raw and SmackDown. Like, just start off with at the beginning. I love how they had Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss come out as 1 and 2, and I love how they were playing with us. Or I'll speak for myself because I can't speak for y'all. I speak for myself. I love how Charlotte and Alexa were playing around like, we're gonna hit each other, we're not gonna hit each other, like all that. And in the end, they stuck with each other. And the fact that Charlotte accidentally made Alexa get eliminated because originally she was trying to get Nia out with the whole thing. But I love that aspect. And then I'm probably going to be skipping around, even though it just happened. My brain just be forgetting stuff. But I was so excited to see their different NXT female wrestlers in the women's Royal Rumble, like people like Kalani Jordan, people like um, Brain Fart, Lola Fies, Soul Ruka, our women's NXT champion or NXT women's champion, JC Jane. Like, I was so pumped to see them come out. And of course, you had like Lash Legend, let's just say. I would, and let me just put it out there. I think now as I'm talking more about it, I'm starting to like try to put words into how I freaking felt about this damn show. And it wasn't my favorite show. It really wasn't. So right now I'm just trying to find little bits of good stuff that I enjoyed about the show. And of course I'm going to talk about the bullshit that I didn't like about the show. So I don't know how long this video is actually going to be because I'm not editing anything. I'm not editing anything. Okay. So take it or leave it. But as I was saying with the women's Royal Rumble match, like there are different stuff. Now, in terms of the surprises, there weren't that many. There wasn't a lot. There wasn't a lot. Except with Brie Bella coming out. Now, I do not look at the dirt sheets. I do not look at the wrestling news. I just can't do that anymore. I remember before when I first started this YouTube channel, I was looking at the news. I was seeing what's going on with wrestling and all that stuff like that just to stay up to date. But I realized that it was just taking the fun out of wrestling for me when people are making predictions. And I know that's their job. They're wrestling news, the reporters. They're sharing stories and talking about rumors and stuff that's going around that might happen with this storyline or this wrestler. It just took so much out of it for me that I was just like, I can't look at this junk anymore. I just can't. Okay. So I stopped. So for those of you who are like, I knew Brie Bella was gonna be coming on Royal Rumble, congratulations, you made it. Like, I did not. And I'm glad that I stepped away because now when I watch the product and things surprise me, I'm like, oh shoot, oh snap, what? So, needless to say, my jaw dropped when I saw Brie Bella come out. Brie, I was like, bro, I cannot believe it. And then Nikki Bella there too, and I was just so excited because Bryan Danielson is it. He was in AEW for the longest time. When he left WWE, he was in AEW, and we saw Brie in the crowd and stuff like that. I just didn't think that she would actually come back to WWE. She's been in Royal Rumbles before, but I was just so pumped to see her and those two working together and eliminating people. Like, it was dope. And the fact that they didn't turn on each other, I was happy about that. At first, I was like, maybe if Brie could turn on Nikki, I'll be like excited because that would be payback for what Nikki did to her. But they both of them got eliminated at the same time, so I was just like, oh, okay, that works out. But it was just it was just so dope to see everything. And then Lash Legend was tearing it up. I loved it so much. And the funny thing is, and this might piss people off, I don't care, but I know this might piss people off, but it was so interesting to see wrestlers of color just show up and show out at Royal Rumble. Like I would say, like Lash Legend, she was freaking people up. She was eliminating people like crazy. And it was just so dope for me to see that. And it's funny because people talk shiznit about Triple H. There's things that the decisions that WWE creative does that I do not agree with at all. And I'm gonna talk about some of those in this Royal Rumble show, but they also talk about how he's racist and all that stuff like that. And I'm like, a lot of black wrestlers got shine in the Royal Rumble tonight. And with Triple H's track record, like, I don't even, let's not even get into the whole R-Truth thing for people who watched Unreal, which that's a whole different video. Guys, let me know if you want me, because I watched the whole season 2. I watched season 1 and then I recently watched season 2. Let me know in the comments down below if you want me to do a review on Unreal, because I have some thoughts. Long story short, I do not like Unreal. Like, there's certain things that I enjoy seeing in terms of like the wrestlers talking about their passion and stuff like that and getting ready for certain matches, but like overall I do not like it. But it's not my decision, it's not up to me. I'm just a wrestling fan watching the product. Like, it is what it is. But anyway, like, it's just ridiculous how, because they see a certain wrestler of color who's being treated this way, being treated that way, it's like they never look at, is the wrestler themselves, are they putting in the work? Are they doing what they need to do to get themselves over with the crowd? Are they trying to package themselves? Because yes, they have the script, they have the storyline from the creative and all that stuff like that, but it's all about what you do with it. What are they doing with that? Jade Cargill. Oh goodness. Excuse me. I gotta. Anyway, speaking of that, where the freak is Bianca Belair? Now, I don't know about y'all, but my vote was either of who was going to win the women's Royal Rumble match. It was either going to be Bianca Belair for obvious reasons, Jade Cargill. Jade needs somebody, like, for real. Like, she needs someone yesterday in a real storyline, with her being the freaking women's champion, WWE women's champion, and doing diddly dot squatch nothing. Where the frick is Bianca? Okay. Or Liv Morgan. Now, with Liv Morgan, we saw Raw SmackDown. We see the dynamic of Judgment Day, specifically the gals, Roxanne Perez, Raquel Rodriguez, Liv Morgan. They have their camaraderie. They're trying to stick together, stay together. They're the Judgment Day queens, like all that. Like, one of us is gonna win Royal Rumble, all that stuff, all that cheese that Liv was talking about on SmackDown, only for her to throw out Raquel Rodriguez. I was floored. I was floored. I was like, no, you didn't. And the look on Raquel's face, like if she could have leaped back in and choked her and scrambled her up like eggs for breakfast. She would have. Like, she looked so pissed, like the betrayal that she experienced, and we saw her face. I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be a very interesting Monday Night Raw. That is for sure. And I was talking about this on one of my shorts about the breaking down. Well, let's be real. I've been talking a lot about the breaking down of Judgment Day, whether it's on the dude side or the chick side. But on the chick side, like this whole thing with Liv, Roxanne, and Raquel, I was expecting the breakdown to start between Roxanne and Liv, but no, 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 no. We're seeing it now with Raquel and Liv, and I'm just like, bruh. This is gonna be interesting. One thing I do want to say though is I feel like it was a little dumb. It was a little dumb to put Raquel Rodriguez in the women's Royal Rumble match with her having a huge match against Stephanie Vaquer for the Women's World Championship coming Monday championship match. And it's just like, okay, y'all is just spilling it that she's not gonna win. Like, it would have been great for her to win, Raquel, but with the whole match being on Monday against Stephanie for the championship, I'm just like, okay, clearly that's not gonna happen. So like skip that. But I have to say, me, like, besides Bianca Belair not being there and Tiffany Stratton being number 30, for those of you who have been subscribed to my channel, you already know how I feel about Tiffany. I don't hate the girl. I just, there's just something that's just not there for me when I watch her when she's on the mic. Now, when she's in the ring, I won't say that she's bad at wrestler. She's a good wrestler. She is. It's just her. She doesn't. For me, she doesn't get over. Okay, I'm trying to get the words out. Ugh. She doesn't get over for me. She really doesn't. There's something missing. I don't know if it's confidence or what. I feel like they put her on the main roster too soon. She has so much potential, and of course, she has been women's champion already. She's been WWE women's champion already, so she has experience as a champion and NXT as well. But just no. just no, not yet for me. She's gonna have to do something. She's gonna have to grow into her own with something. But yeah, besides Bianca Belair, I'm just jumping around. I'm gonna be jumping around. There's no edits. I told y'all there's no edits of this, so y'all just gonna have to watch this or not, whatever you do. I don't care. But on the other side, with Liv Morgan actually women, my gosh, with Liv Morgan actually winning the women's Royal Rumble, I was actually really, really, really happy. I was. And the reason why is because there's been too many times where this woman it was down to two. It was down to three, and she was one of them. It was down to two, and she was one of them. Like, she's gotten so close so many times, only for her to get eliminated. And like, oh my gosh, I remember when she first came back, and she was so like, oh my gosh, it just like the anticipation, and for her to finally get that payoff of winning. Now, despite the fact that she really did freak up with Raquel, and hopefully on Monday, Raquel not gonna pretend like that didn't happen, because it definitely did happen, and now there's gonna be a stint in a friendship, and the breaking down Judgment Day is finally gonna happen. Yay, 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 yay. There's a storyline that's brewing from this. Now, Liv Morgan is gonna be in the main event, WrestleMania. Like, she's gonna be in there, and who knows, Raquel might be in there too if she wins against Stephanie McIntyre. I don't know if that's going to happen, but if she ends up getting the Women's World Championship this coming Monday, first of all, it's going to be amazing. I love Raquel so much. She's done so much. I'm so proud of her. She's come such a long way since she's made her main roster debut, and now this brewing, this betrayal, this friends become enemies is growing right now. This match pissed me off. Well, I won't say the match itself pissed me off, but it's the ending of the match that pissed me off. Um, I was not expecting AJ Styles to lose to Gunther and to retire from WWE. Now, he probably gonna be all elite in a couple of months or whatever. let's be real. Like the man didn't even he took off his Phenomenal One gloves and then put the back on and then did the phenomenal thing. He didn't even take off his boots. So I'm just like, okay, he not retiring. He not retired from wrestling, but he just retired from WWE and he won't be all elite so he can play with his friends. Or he is retiring he's just retiring from wrestling, pro wrestling in general, and then he's just going to leave his boots in the ring in America. Like I'm not trying to sound petty, but it could be one or two of those things. But I was not expecting AJ Styles to lose. I was not. I was not. When I tell y'all, like I said earlier in this video, I don't be reading these dirt sheets. I don't be reading this wrestling news. Like that does nothing for me as a wrestling fan. It doesn't do anything for me for a content creator. Not if I come across something unintentionally, then so be it. I see, you know what I'm saying? But I don't be searching it out because as a wrestling content creator who talks about the storylines and the matches and things like that, I want to be immersed in the product. I want to have those real life reactions and analyze stuff and talk about things and make my own predictions based off what I see on the screen, not based off what he said in that article last Tuesday. Like I'm not into it. Like that's just not for me. So to actually see him lose to Gunther in the booze and how like when he lost, AJ looked like he was on another planet, like he didn't even understand what was going on. He was just like, what, looking at the ref like, wait, what happened, bruh? What happened? And Gunther got out that ring so quick, it's not even funny. It's not even funny. It's not even funny. Like the booze that ensued after Gunther won that match, like Triple H is really trying to make people hate Gunther, and it's working. Like you have John Cena retire to Gunther with that marshmallow tap. You can't even see no script. Marshmallow tap. Then you have AJ Styles, the phenomenal one, be retire by the hands of Gunther. It's like he's just retiring people left and right. That's what he's just retiring people left and freaking right. And the amount of hatred that the WWE fans have is continuing to brew and brew and brew. And it just makes me wonder, where's the stopping point? Who is going to be that one to break down Gunther, to knock him down a few pegs? Like his head is so big now, that man not gonna be able to fit into any sort of arena ring at this point because he is beating people left and right and can brag about it. And it's imagine his promo that he's going to have on Monday. Like, for imagine the stuff that he is going to say, the trash that this man is going to talk, and the booze that you're going to hear. And then when he gets back to America and starts cutting promos and being in the ring, like it's going to be rough. It's going to be rough. There's got to be some kind of plan behind this because if there isn't, then that's just booty hole, booty cheeks. But I know that WWE has something up their sleeve with this. Like, there's got to be somebody, and it has to be somebody worth somebody to take him down, like for real, for really take him down, really give Gunther a run for his money. Okay? Jeez Louise. Side note, I didn't say this, but I was a low-key a little disappointed that I didn't see AJ Lee also in the women's Royal Rumble match. I was expecting her, just like I was expecting Bianca Belair, but yeah, we didn't get those girls. It's okay. That's okay. That's okay. But yeah, this match with AJ Styles and Gunther, like the match itself was good. They mesh very well together. There were some slow parts, but overall, I feel like they did mesh well together. And I love how AJ just kept going, kept going. There were times where I thought he was going to give up. The fans in the crowd in Saudi Arabia thought he was going to give up, and he kept going. Like it was like a tug and pull, tug and pull. So overall, the match was good, but him retiring, I was sad. I was just like, dang, man. And then the emotion that he had, he was sad too. And it was just a lot. It just it made it. it did its job. It made me even more mad at Gunther. It's crazy because I had been and have been a fan of Gunther for a long time, and it's like he's trying to make me hate this man. And I don't be hating people, okay? The character, the heel is healing right now. Gunther is doing his job and pissing us all off, okay? So I'm caught in between because it's like on one side, Gunther is Gunther. People can talk trash about Gunther. He's not good. He's terrible in the ring. All he does is just slap chops. He does a sleeper hole. He don't do nothing else. I don't know about y'all, but for me personally, I do believe that he does tell a story in the ring, and I like him when he is cutting his promos. I enjoy how strong he is and how he really is a ring general who really does take charge in the ring. Like he leads, and I I think he's a good wrestler. I like him as a character. So it's like when people talk trash about him, I'm just like, okay, that's you. That's you. You don't like him. You think he's a terrible wrestler. Good for you. I have a different opinion, and I'm good with that. You can stay over there with that, whatever. But yeah, I was like, no, freaking luck. I hate this so much. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Um, Another match. Now I was ready. I was ready. I tell y'all, I was ready to yell. I was ready to be pissed all the way off. And that is for the freaking undisputed WWE Championship. Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn. Now, Royal Rumble, PLE is in Saudi Arabia, in Riyadh, right? And Sami Zayn. They love Sami Zayn. I'm thinking they're building him up. WWE's building him up. And I was like, if y'all take this belt from the petty king of all petty kings, Drew McIntyre, you taking the belt away from him? Done. 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 I'm not watching no more. And I had a feeling that they were going to do that. I had a feeling that Sami Zayn was going to win. And no, he Drew McIntyre retained the undisputed WWE championship. And I was just like, okay. One thing that did piss me off was when Drew McIntyre was giving his belt to referee Charles, and he didn't even let him. He didn't give him a chance to kiss the belt, have a moment with it too, like other people, other champions that are defending their belts, get a moment to be looking at you, and be like, I'll be back, or I'm gonna miss you. Hopefully, I get you back. Like don't even let him have the opportunity. Yes, Drew McIntyre is a heel. So what? He should have that time too. Okay? Y'all are on a time crunch apparently, and y'all just speeding through stuff. We was just like, don't got time to just feel the moment. So I love the fact that when Drew won and retained the undisputed WWE championship, he was just like, Charles, you better get my damn belt. Like that was funny. Give me my belt. Snatched that junk back. Then when he got out the ring and he was like to Charles, do your job. Put my hand up and do your job. Had him wait for the right moment in his entrance music. Like that was swagger. Like there, I love that. I hope that Drew keeps his championship all the way through to WrestleMania because I'm going to WrestleMania and I would love to see him defend the undisputed WWE championship for obvious selfish reasons. I'm not afraid to say it, okay? This is my first WrestleMania. I would love to see Petty King Drew defend his championship. That would be fantastical. The fact that I'm going to be able to see Liv Morgan in a main event at WrestleMania is dope as a freak. So happy about that. Okay, so I'm super pumped. But yeah, there's a few things here and there. Like Sami, I know a lot of you out there. You guys love Sami. I don't have anything against Sami. Seems like a nice guy. He's a talented wrestler. He really is. Even back in NXT, in this crazy wrestlers get older. Wrestlers can't do the same moves they were doing back before, but like back at NXT, was flipping around and doing like he was doing like okay. One of my favorite moves that he does still is the Blue Thunder Bomb. I love when he does that jump. And a hula kick. Like I love that too. But Sami being undisputed WWE champion right now, couldn't see it. I was afraid they were going to give it to him in Royal Rumble, but cannot see him as undisputed WWE champion yet. And no hate, no hate to Sami. I just can't see it. Okay, I can't see it. And there's just things about him. It's just he's. I don't want to say that he's a boring champion, but he kind of is a little bit boring. Just kind of like you want to see the underdog win. I shouldn't be cheering for the heel. It shouldn't be, but as a face, Sami's a little on the snooze fest style. You know what I'm saying? He kind of is, you know, and I wish it wasn't that way, but he is. He gets in the ring when he cuts his promo. He got passion. He knows how to say what he got to say on the mic, but he always got to put on either he got his sweater on, he got his flannel shirt on. He comes in the ring. The crowd loves him. They're screaming, Sami, Sami, Sami. Whoa. They sing his entrance. Oh, no, let's go. Like they love him. And then he's yelling. He starts off when he's cutting his promos and he starts yelling, he starts pointing, getting down to business. He's getting passionate. He wants the world. He wants to be a world champion. I just, and then when he gets the championship, I'm gonna keep my championship. I'm gonna defend. Like I'm not ready to see that yet. And I know the WWE universe is not me. Okay, I'm not the only one within the WWE universe, WWE wrestling fans. I understand that, but I'm just not ready to see that. So I'm glad that Drew McIntyre, King Petty, he kept the belt. I'm glad he kept the undisputed championship. Okay, I'm happy about that. Now, this men's Royal Rumble seemed the Royal Rumble match. Let me be more specific. The men's Royal Rumble match. Now we're getting to the finale, the thing that we've been all waiting for, right? Seemed rushed. It seemed super rushed to me, which is crazy because there were a lot of surprises in this match compared to the women's Royal Rumble match. Let us I got my notes here, but let us just real quick, let us talk about the fact that there were two El Grande Americanos. Okay? Ludwig Kaiser has been the replica, the copy of the El Grande Americano for so long, I done forgot that there was an original and had me second guessing. My husband had to tell me, no, that's Chad, that's Chad Gable. I was, oh my gosh, I could always tell by their physique. I was like, wait a minute, he's super tan, he's shorter, he got the traps, got the back. I was like, oh snap, that's my dude, Chad Gable. Bro, seeing those two in the ring, very interesting. And I was like, oh my gosh, is Ludwig Kaiser or El Grande Americano 2 going to take the mask off El Grande Americano 1? I was like, hold on, is stuff going to be revealed? Are we revealing who's who? Like, we know who is who, but and then they both got canceled out. But I'm glad that Chad's back. Like, what? It's been so long. It's been five ever. I haven't said in a while. Five ever since I don't remember him being like. It's been a while. So I hope they can continue with that because I mean, this is a whole case of identity theft at this at this freaking point. What shooketh me to the core? I'm gonna say it again. What shooketh me to the core was when I saw the name Powerhouse Hobbs on the Titantron. My jaw dropped the same way my jaw dropped when I heard that. Same way when I saw Powerhouse Hobbs on the Titantron. I was like, yeah. Now, for those of you who are new here on my channel, I used to cover AEW. Okay, I was a frequent watcher of AEW. I was a huge fan ever since 2019. I was watching it, but then when I started this channel, I was covering WWE stuff and AEW stuff. and then it fell off for reasons. I made a video on that, but we're not gonna get into that in this video. But I knew about Powerhouse Hobbs, and now his name is Royce Keys. I don't know who named this man, but he sounds like a music producer. Okay, I was like, I can't take this man seriously. Royce Keys sounds nice for a little cruiserweight guy, not for big buff powerhouse Hobbs, Will Hop. Like it don't fit for me. Maybe it's gotta let a ring to it. But when I was hearing Wade Barrett and Michael Cole talk about Royce Keys on mic, it was just making me cackle. I was cracking. I was like, okay, this don't fit, y'all. But you know what? I'm gonna let it ride because I was the same person. I was like Blake Monroe, what Mariah made Blake Monroe when she debuted on NXT. I'm like, who is Blake Monroe? Blake Monroe. But now it's grown on me. I like it. So hopefully, Royce Keys does as well. But I did, like I said, I don't be reading these dirt sheets. I'm surprised that Powerhouse. I'm sorry, it's gonna take a while. It's gonna be hard for me to call him Royce Keys. Okay, so Hobbs, he's in WWE. It's crazy. This is the same way I felt when I saw Penta debut WWE and Ray Phoenix debuted. Shook it. And Ricky Starks. And Ethan Page. And let's just throw it in. Blake Monroe, aka Mariah May. Like these people that came in from AEW, I'm just like, bro, what? I'm very excited. And to see Powerhouse Hobbs and Obafemi in the ring. And then, of course, Brock Lesnar comes in. Obafemi, I'm so excited for him to be on the main roster. I'm hoping that Oba goes on Raw. And then we got Hobbs on SmackDown because now you got the big man of color, big black man, big strong man. Each each show will have that. You know what I'm saying? I love that. More people of color on the main roster doing the dang thing. And I've always been a fan of Powerhouse Hobbs. So it's so dope to see him in WWE. Like I'm super pumped. And for LA Knight to come back. LA Knight came back. He's been missing for a while since December when Division beat him the freak up. Glad to see him back. What sucks is unreal. All I could think about when I saw LA Knight, I know he had a match after that, but all I could think about when I saw LA Knight come down the ramp is when I was watching Unreal and I was reminded of the Money in the Bank match of him freaking up with the whole thing, Seth freaking Rollins and everybody in the back being like, what the F you doing, LA Knight? What are you doing? What are you doing, La, what you doing? And then him getting reprimanded in the back. I was just like, okay, this is why I don't be liking these shows because then that's in my mind and I don't need to be focusing on. I need to be focusing on what's on my TV screen. You know what I'm saying? Three much for me. But yeah, I already talked about Brock Lesnar. Seeing Brock Lesnar and Obafemi face to face, they teased it a little bit with him giving him a suplex, but like I'm looking forward to these two really duking it out, and that's a lot saying for me because I was telling y'all before on my channel that I was like I don't really care about Brock at this point. Like he needs to let it go. He needs to retire. God bless. But you need like it's done. Like after your tumbleweed fall for your entrance, you're coming out. Like it's done. You can stop. It's okay. It's okay to go walk away. You know what I'm saying? Like you had your legacy. You did what you did. You know what I'm saying? Like Suplex City dish. Like it's time to throw in the towel. But I mean, when you throw in people like Obafemi, then and even Powerhouse Hobbs, I'm just like, okay, I'm thinking about it. Now I mean, interesante. Okay, maybe you can stay for that and then you could go. You know what I'm saying? And then Roman Reigns comes out and all the things. Now, I didn't really have an idea of who I wanted to win and who I thought was going to win. Look, that's a lie. The lie detector test determined that was a lie, like Maury Povich. I did have a prediction of who I thought and who I wanted to win. I really thought Braun Breaker was going to win. But with that guy with all black on, yet again, now he getting attacked by the guy, the mystery man, and then they're just looking like I'm like, okay, last time we had someone do that, it was Austin Theory, and obviously it's not Austin Theory because he's in the vision, and the whole vision, they on one accord that they wanted Braun Breaker to win the Royal Rumble match and go on to WrestleMania for the main event. You know what I'm saying? Like they had the plan going. And then Paul Heyman in the back, like, yeah, on the phone, like, yeah, my people together. But no, Braun Breaker gets freaking attacked and then gets thrown into the ring and then gets freaked up and gets thrown back out. Like, who the freak is that? Now, everyone's saying it's Seth freaking Rollins. Like, okay, yeah, okay. And then he stumps him again. And I thought, don't judge me. Y'all probably is. It is what it is, what it is. But moment I saw Braun Breaker get freaked up by the mystery man in black, all I could think about, I was just like, I wish that could have been Adam Pearce. I know it ain't Adam Pearce, but that would be dope if it was Adam Pearce trying to give Braun Breaker his comeuppance. That would be the sweetest deal ever because Adam Pearce has been having issues with Paul Heyman, issues with the vision. So that would have been funny, but it probably is Seth freaking Rollins. Yes. But that's interesting. So that's something that we can look forward to. I'll speak for myself. I can look forward to for Monday Night Raw, like what's going on with that. Like, I really did think Braun Breaker was going to win and be like, Punk, I want that belt. We're going to run it back one more again because I want that World Heavyweight Championship, sir. You know what I'm saying? But that's not what happened because Roman Reigns wins. But before I get into that, some of you might disagree with me. That's totally okay. But seeing Gunther, maybe it's just me all up in my feels, seeing Gunther wrestle AJ Styles in the same PLE to retire said AJ Styles, only for him to enter into the Royal Rumble as number 30. It was a mind freak for me. It was a mind F for me because I'm just like, whoa, you were just in a match and now you're in another match. You're getting greedy, bro. You're getting greedy. Your heels get into your head. Your foot heel get into the head. Because what? And I was like, if they have Gunther win, I'm going to riot in my room. Point blank period. I was like, I don't want to see that. Okay? I don't want to see it, sir. But Roman Reigns won. Surprise, surprise. Very, very interesante. Very, very, very interesting. I don't know how I feel about it. Every time, I do like Roman. Every time Roman comes back, I'm like, yay, he's back. The OTC's back. Yay. He came out. He didn't really have to do very much, obviously, because he was closer towards the end of the men's Royal Rumble in the numbers. I don't remember what number he was, but what was it, 20, 25, 26? He didn't have that much to deal with, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of an easy thing for him. And he is a part timer for obvious reasons, and that used to it totally fine. It's just okay. So who he gonna slay? Is he CM Punk? Is he going after CM Punky? Is he going after Mr. Phillip Brooks or what? That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, he could go after Drew McIntyre, but I don't want to see that. I would love to pick up because I seen the way Roman looks at CM Punk. Like, they still got beef and potatoes. They still got a whole full course meal that they gotta deal with. You got Paul Heyman with the messiness. Like he did 2 times, 3 times so many people, and now he in the vision. Like, I would love to see that again. Like Roman and Punk. I don't know what they trying to do, what the whole thing is, but I'm very intrigued. Okay, very intrigued. But yeah, overall, like I said, like the match really did seem like it was just going very, very fast. Like they were running out of time. What was dope to see was Obafemi freaking out people. He was throwing people out. Okay, he was tearing people up and throwing people out, and it was enjoyable to watch that part. But it just seemed so quick, and I felt like they were so focused on, yes, the surprise, Powerhouse Hobbs, and of course, everyone's anticipating Brock Lesnar. Everyone's anticipating Roman Reigns and all the others that were coming out later on. And you even had people from AAA coming in. But and surprisingly, Logan Paul out of the division, like everybody else got kicked out. Everybody else was just like done. Like Bronson Reed, no. Austin Theory, no. Braun Breaker, no. Did I say Austin Theory already? I don't know. My brain's not brain right now. But all I gotta say is everybody else got kicked out except Logan Paul. He was in there for final hour and then he got kicked out. But I was like, okay, all right, let's go, Logan. I was like, Logan better not. Logan better not win. He's great in the ring, but I'm just not ready for that yet. That would have been a crazy turn, but no. But yeah, it just seemed like they were just rushing through that match just to get to the pop, pop, pop. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, oh, almost forgot one of the bones I wanted to pick. Like after the whole thing, because I had the whole thing with me being like, oh gosh, Braun Breaker is probably gonna win the men's Royal Rumble match. It's gonna be dope. He can go back after Punk, and then that went to the shiznit. That went to the gutter. Like that was good, quick. Like nope, early on in the match, and I was like, okay, I gotta switch. Who else do I think could be the winner? And I was like, okay, Randy Orton. Yeah, Randy has been working so hard, and I feel like he's got one more championship run in him. But no, psych, no, he didn't win. And I'm just like, what the freak was that? The injustice that is what is going on with freaking Randy Orton. Like, what the freak is this junk? And I was like, I love Cody. I love Cody, Garrett, Rhodes, Runnels. Okay, it's my faves. Okay, but I was like, I cannot see him win for a third time in a row. I just can't. I can't do it. I can't. My eyes, my veins, my face. I cannot see him win again. I'm just not here for it. I can't. No, I'm not ready for that. I don't think other people were ready for that either. Maybe there were some people that were just like, yeah, whoa, American Nightmare, yes, let's run it back a third time. I was like, no. And I was like, I do not want to see Jey Uso win again. He had already run. No, sir, I'm good. Good. So then he was getting freaked up by Roman Reigns. Then he started working with Roman Reigns. Then he got freaked up by Roman Reigns again. I thought that was funny. And it's like Roman, first of all, you want to freak up Jay. You want to play him and run it back. Then you want to freak him up. Then y'all in cahoots together helping each other out. Then you freak him out. I was just like, Roman, you's a sneaky mother trucker. I'm telling you. Then Roman and Jacob Fatu and all that stuff, like all the things. So like overall, I really had to buckle down and find fun things or enjoyable things or interesting things about this show overall. I wouldn't say this show was like the worst thing I've ever watched in my entire life, because there are shows that WWE has had that was booty hole, booty cheeks, just full on, just like ugly, ugly, ugly. But this was not one of them. But I didn't enjoy it. Over, like, this wasn't my favorite. Like, I'm gonna say I would enjoy it. Okay, there's a certain person I did enjoy. Let me reinstate that. There are certain things that I did enjoy, and I was happy about certain things. But overall, it wasn't my favorite. Like I said in the beginning, let's stick to what I was saying in the beginning. It wasn't my favorite. It was not. And I tried to put my feelings aside about Saudi Arabia and how I feel about all of that, and TKO being a TKO for money. Okay, yes, I said it. I said it. I said it. I put it out there. I'm not taking it back. How you going ESPN, Netflix, and Peacock, bro? Like, you could just throw in, just spreading WWE across all these dang platforms. What is next? Disney Plus or SmackDown or Raw episodes still on Hulu? Like what? Like there's just so it's just spreading the booty cheeks, spreading booty cheeks. But besides that, that could be a whole different video. That could be a whole different video. I'm not gonna get into it. Okay. Overall, like I said, not the worst thing in the entire planet, but it wasn't my favorite. So, guys, for those of you who've made it all the way to the end of this video, you guys are the realest. I've been posting as frequently as I want to, a lot because of work, but also because I feel like YouTube be suppressing my stuff. So, guys, let me know in the comments down below what you thought about this Royal Rumble show. Rumble, not Rumble, but Rumble. Royal Rumble show. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you care about it? Any of that stuff. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought. Thank you guys so much for listening to me ramble. Signing off. Bye, guys.